Have we forgotten? Have we forgotten? I gave you my bet of the day, my won't bet. That was, hey, Steelers -6 at the Patriots to start the season. Patriots, slow starters. They really used the first 4 games as extended preseason. Steelers completely motivated to prove that they're a better cohesive unit without Antonio Brown and the mess that was Le'Veon Bell's exit. Have we forgotten that the Steelers were a whisker away from making the playoffs? And even last year, they are solid at running back. Their quarterback threw for 5,000 yards. Their defense pretty good. Meanwhile, the Patriots continue to search for a wide receiver. Julian Edelman has got the thumb problem. They haven't replaced Rob Gronkowski. And it's early in the year when the defense still has to figure it out. Have we forgotten? Right? We kind of forget about Bryce Harper. Did you guys see the monster home run that Bryce Harper hit at the walk-off last night against Chicago Cubs? I don't think that ball has landed yet. Like, we get so caught up in Bryce Harper and the salary and Bryce Harper and the early season struggles that we may have missed. Bryce Harper can still hit the hell out of a baseball. I know we have forgotten Mike Trout. How many home runs does Mike Trout have? You know what the date is? The date is August 16th. Okay, so with a month and a half left to go in the season, Mike Trout has 40 home runs. A lot of you guys are like, really? Really? Really, really? You know, this is a guy, and remember, he missed like 5 games. He always seems to miss a couple with an injury here or an injury there. But Mike Trout, 40 home runs. That's insane. Also, by the way, had 4 hits on the night. But we seem to have forgotten. We get caught up in the stats or caught up in the money or caught up in the pennant races. And sometimes we forget, oh yeah, Mike Trout, best player in baseball, having an incredible season. I mean, think about it right now. He has 121 hits, 40 home runs. His OBP's 444. His OPS is 1.019. That's a wow. He leads the league in home runs, 116 games. We got about 40 left. 40 left. 60 is not likely, 50 is. That's an incredible season. And this is the most he's ever hit is 41 in a year. So he's as good or better than he's ever been. And for the 4th straight year, he's leading the league in OBP and 3rd straight year leading in OPS. And this will be the 5th straight year that'll lead in OPS plus. Have we forgotten how nasty Mike Trout is? And maybe the biggest have we forgotten is Carson Wentz. Didn't play last night. But I was watching him shake hands with Nick Foles. And Nick Foles is a good player. You know, in some limited instances, Nick Foles at times, he's shown he can win a Super Bowl. Right? But there's a reason that in spite of the fact that the past 2 seasons have been marred by injuries, and he's only played 3 years in the NFL, that Carson Wentz was the guy chosen and rechosen. Remember, Nick Foles, they could have held on to him. He's a free agent, but they could have held on to him. And instead, they not only kept Carson Wentz, but they redid Carson Wentz's deal, extended it in the offseason. They didn't have to, they just knew. And here's why. The year he tore his ACL, okay, he started the first 13 games of the year. They won 11 of them. His QBR at the time of injury was leading the league with 77.2. In only 13 games as a second-year player, he threw for 3,000 yards. And while last year he's only 5-6 as a starter, and people would say he had a disappointing year, in 11 games he threw for 3,000 yards. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? I mean, think about, we're talking about how much money you're going to pay to Dak Prescott. And the reason is because of the contract that Carson Wentz got. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's more accurate, and he's an equally adept runner. Matter of fact, they want him to run less, not more. For Dak Prescott, who rarely throws for more than 300 yards, Carson Wentz threw for 300 yards in 3 of the first 5 games he started last year, and that was coming off of an injury. We seem to have forgotten that in his second year of the NFL, before he tore his ACL, he was going to be the league's MVP. But instead, we got caught up in Philly special and in the Nick Foles story, which was great, especially after, like the second playoff game he started. We get caught up in a lot of, where should Nick Foles go? And boy, Carson Wentz has got a lot of injuries. But unlike what I talked about with DeMarcus Cousins and Kevin Durant, where DeMarcus Cousins has all these injuries all in the same leg, right? Achilles tendon, blown quad, ACL, all his left leg. The same can be said for Kevin Durant, broken foot, torn Achilles tendon, right leg. Calf injuries, all right leg, right? Carson Wentz, it was torn ACL because he was hit, and then a broken bone in his back again because he was hit. That's not being injury prone. That's your body bending and occasionally breaking and surgeons fixing you back up. So I just feel like we've somehow forgotten Carson Wentz is nasty. The year that he got hurt, only 13 games in, he had thrown for 33 touchdown passes and 7 interceptions as a second-year pro. That's pretty spectacular stuff. Had a 101.9 quarterback rating. Hey, last year he had a 102.2 quarterback rating. He's not dink and dunk. Last year, 7.7 yards per attempt, 11.0 yards per catch. The team wasn't as good. They had the Super Bowl hangover. He wasn't healthy the whole year, but it's not like he was bad. 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And I know we didn't get a chance to see him last night, but I think Philadelphia should absolutely be one of the favorites to reach the Super Bowl out of the NFC, and Carson Wentz is a huge reason why. He's still figuring out, right? He's only, 27 years old. Just reaching his prime, and now with a level of comfort. Last year, couldn't do it live until right about the regular season. Now he's been fully rehabbed, fully ready to go. We talk about all these other quarterbacks. The older ones, they're actually past their prime. Breeze, Rivers, Brady, even Roethlisberger. Right? Like you get mid-30s and beyond, you're going to have some stinker days, and Roethlisberger's had some stinker days. You get into your 40s, come on. This dude's creeping up on his athletic prime if he's not already there. He now has all of the different data from the different styles that he's seen and playing with different body parts hurting. Dude, Carson Wentz is listed at 6'5". I guess he's 6'6", 240 pounds. And like Mike Trout, people seem to have forgotten. Hi, I'm Doug Gottlieb from Fox Sports Radio, and you need to subscribe to the Fox Sports Radio YouTube channel where you can hear and see me. Why not? Plus everybody else who's awesome here on Fox Sports Radio.